Well, Mr. Pepper, it seems like just yesterday that you were back in here in South Africa, leaving to go on this incredible journey, and it seems like you've never left. We hear you all the time. How are you enjoying things?
Andrew, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. You know, it's such a professional setup there. They've made me feel very welcome. Obviously, I think many people who've left home, which is South Africa, which will always be home for me, you go through stages where you really miss it. You know, you watch the Mets and the Julys on TV and you say, yeah, you know, that's home. But I can't complain. I'm on the world stage. I'm loving life in Singapore, and very happy I made the move.
When you say the world stage, South Africa's on the world stage, but Singapore, being in the center of the world, is telecast to so many more countries, I gather.
Yeah, we go out to a lot of countries, obviously all the Hong Kongs, like South African racing do. I just feel, you know, I've met and dealt with people that ordinarily, being based here in South Africa, I would never have had the pleasure of meeting or making the networks that I have. So just in that regard, it's just, I'm just grateful. You know, I feel I have to pinch myself because it doesn't feel real sometimes.
Well, I always like to think of analogies. I mean, what's it like going to the track in the morning? What are the trainers like? Are they forthcoming? Do they see it as an obligation, necessity? What's the story there?
Well, every horse has a brand number, and they wear saddle cloths. They have to wear their saddle cloths to the track in the morning. So we can't miss horses. We record track work on Saturdays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays. We've got cameramen out there. So we put together two shows. One we put together as purely track work for guys who like to see the horses move.
Every horse? Every horse
that's running, we've got vision of it. We don't miss it. From Saturday to Wednesday, we will get the horse. We also do interviews, and the trainers, they love talking to us. They love getting the info out there. They're like open books. And with the way the system works, with barrier trials, with the work we capture, it's pretty good for the punters and the public. They don't miss anything. Yeah.
So it's very, very much like the glasses on top of your head, totally transparent.
And it has to be. Listen, I'm sure that in some way, you know, trials, for example, your horse doesn't have to be pushed out. It can trial. It just has to break a certain time, you know, and it has to trial twice before it races in Singapore. And you know, like anywhere in the world, I'm sure guys want to make a few pounds, and that's understandable. That's racing. That's part of the game. But it's so transparent. It's very hard to sort of hide anything. It doesn't happen.
Do the owners see it as an honour to have their trainer talking on television about their horse?
You know, Asia's a funny place. It's not. They can be cagey, the trainers, and it's like anywhere. But the majority, we have no problem, no issue. The guys speak well. I mean, we're dealing with guys like Michael Friedman, Patrick Shaw. They just open books. They just want to talk and want to give us all the info they can give us.
And there are a couple of guys that have really, really stood the test of time. They've been there forever. You know, Laurie Laxton, Michael Clements. I mean, they've been there forever.
The expat community is fantastic. Racing there, really, you have to get together because otherwise it wouldn't work. Laurie Laxton, 9 times champion trainer, fantastic man who's trained Melbourne Cup winners, and you can talk to him and you have a laugh with him. And Michael Clements, I'm glad to say that he's probably having the best run of his career because he's got good backers behind him. He's spending a lot of money in Argentina, and he's been Group 1 winning and performed horses there, and they're doing well. So I'm happy for him. But you know, on a home base, Byron Forster, a guy that he's probably been gone for a good 10 years, and he's doing well there. He's a lovely guy, and you can mix with any of these people any of the time, and it's a lot of fun.
You know, it might seem like a very obvious question, but it's declared that there are no bookmakers, but are there bookmakers?
The talk is they're illegal bookmakers. You can obviously bet on Singaporean racing if you're in South Africa with a bookmaker or Australia with a bookmaker.
Yes.
Locally, I think they do have a big problem, but I'm not really educated enough to answer that. Yes, I believe there are, but the turf club's doing all in their power to sort it out.
So racing revolves around the parimutuel, the tote, and that's what keeps racing flourishing.
That's what keeps racing flourishing. Trainers get $400 a runner if they finish second to second last. Owners get $900 rebate if they finish second to second last. The course is immaculate. The training facilities are out of this world. The veterinary department, which is on course, I've never in my life experienced it. They've got 10 to 12 vets at any one time. They can operate 24/7. They've got acupuncture stations for horses. They've got shockwave treatments. It's just phenomenal facilities.
So from a point of view of short-term goals and long-term goals, where's Gareth Pepper positioned himself?
Short term, I'm very happy in Singapore. Like I said to you, when you do leave home, it gets tough, but I see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is I want to make a name for myself on the world stage, whether it's being a presenter, maybe a bloodstock agent one day, I don't know. But what I'm doing now, I love. I'm enjoying it immensely. The guys I work with, Craig and Matt, have really welcomed me with open arms, and I personally feel they've made me rise a few levels. I listened to some of my old stuff before, and I think I've improved. I think I'm getting there. But I'm always chasing that, that next level, that next step up, and that next goal. I've started calling trials now, and who knows, maybe I'll call races one day too.
Well, without in any way trying to sound remotely controversial, what's your message to anybody in South Africa who thinks to themselves, well, maybe I'm not getting the shifts I deserve, maybe I'm not in the place I deserve? What's your message to them?
Once again, I went through it. We've all been through it. Every presenter in South Africa has been through it, and it's just the nature of the beast. And don't give up. I never gave up. I followed my dream. I worked really hard. I worked 7 days a week here in South Africa, and I waited for that one opportunity. And I've got to thank Craig Evans, my boss. He picked me out. He gave me an opportunity, and I'll be eternally grateful to him and the Turf Club in Singapore. And it was just never say die, don't give up. You know what it's like. You can't give up, because the minute you give up in this game, especially, you'll get eaten alive, and you can't for 1 second do that. So just, to my colleagues, and I miss friends like you. I saw Laf today, which is incredible. It's, I haven't seen Laf, Mr. Paul, for ages, and not just him. Everyone on course have welcomed me with open arms, and as much as I miss it here, the bigger picture, maybe I'll be back one day, but I've got a lot to do. I've got a lot to achieve, and I'm going to do it.